I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I welcome you to today's lecture or seminar or discussion. We have left the level of just content creation. We are focusing on our nation and national development and entrepreneurship development. And like as I usually say, this is not TikTok or you go to my Facebook page. I'm not as active as I used to be. This is a place where we are saying the truth and we are laying bare the facts and we are correcting history and writing history. We're trying to put our own narrative out. Somebody sent me a quote, he usually does every day. And he said in that quote, when a well-packaged web of lies has been sold gradually to the masses over generations, the truth will seem utterly preposterous and its speaker a raving lunatic. That is by Dresden James. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name well. Dresden is Dresdon, Dresden or Dresden James. He says that when you package a web of lies, that is a mixture of lies, interlacing lies, to the masses for so long, and you do it gradually over generations, that when somebody comes and starts telling them the truth, he looks stupid, he looks preposterous, and the person looks like a raving lunatic. There were things Nnamdi Kanu said that are turning out to be prophetic. He has played my post and my speeches in his radio station before now, from 2020 something or thereabout. The only place I disagree is that I'm a federalist and I'm a nationalist. I believe that when we stay together as a country, we can restructure, we can redefine the rules of engagement and remain united. The size of Nigeria, 250 million people, is a big market. Number two, 250 million people is a formidable force. We are so intermarried, so interwoven. Our economies are so interwoven that if we need to fragment this country into nations, too many lives will be lost. Take the Igbos, for example. They have invested so much in different regions in this country. Their buildings are the finest, their businesses are the biggest in most parts of the country. They control markets in several parts of the country. Will they leave those things? Do we want to see abandoned properties again, like as it happened in Rivers State? No, I don't want that. In the course of division, there will be conflict and several lives will be lost. I don't want that. In the case of division, the mass movement of people, the accidents, the disasters that will take place will be terrible. And then there are parts of the country that do not have large land mass, like the East, and they have large population. The congestion that will take place, the refugee crisis that will take place will overwhelm the whole of West Africa and maybe Africa. So I believe that if we use our brains and we respect each other, we can have a new Nigeria that can function to the expectation to a degree of most of us. No nation is perfect. It's just that people walk towards perfection while others walk towards destruction. That's my personal opinion. You can have your own opinion. Most of those who are agitating for breakup and all that, they didn't experience the civil war. I saw war and I never want war again. And most of the people agitating for breakup, they don't have investments anywhere outside their immediate locality. True. That brings me to the press conference addressed by Naja'Atu Mohammed, where I think it's Solomon Dalong, the man that wears red cap and wore roses and put one bandana like Arafat's one around his neck. They addressed that conference a few days back, and it was a tribalist conference. What do I mean by tribalist? According to Greek philosophy, a tribalist is somebody who sees anything only from the perspective of his or her association, her tribe, her political party, her religion, her region. I want to point out some errors in that conference. Number one, they said they consulted with the Northern Elders Forum and the Arewa Consultative Forum, and they are the concerned Northern Forum. Let me tell you, and let me educate Southern Nigerians. I just finished calling somebody from Kogi State. Let me tell you, there is no Northern Nigeria. We have Northeast, we have Northwest, we have North Central. We have the North Central Middle Belt. That's a homogeneous North. That era has gone far, far away and is an illusion. So as they sat down there, they were speaking North. They were not speaking for the Christians in the two Barewa local government areas in, I think, Bauchi State. They were not speaking for the Lantang people. That man that went there with red cap from Lantang, he was not speaking for Lantang people. He was not speaking for Biron people. He was not speaking for the Gwaris. He was not speaking for the Nupes. He was not speaking for the Hausas even. Because even Naja'Atu, she's neither Fulani or Hausa. She's from a minority tribe in her state. I had to do an investigation. So then I also want to educate Southerners. You know, we don't have a homogeneous South. No. You'll see they should drive Igbo, they should drive Igbos from Lagos. Somebody's mother is Igbo, so he can't be governor. You know, all that kind of rubbish we saw. So there is no homogeneous South. And there's no homogeneous anything in Nigeria. It's only two groups. The Talakawas, that is the poor, and the rich. There are only two tribes in this country. And those people that sat on that head table, they are the tribe that I belong to, the tribe of wicked people, oppressors, the manipulators. They don't belong to the masses. River State, Wike and Fubara, they are from the same state. See the confusion they are causing there. Now, let me ask some specific questions. I want to ask, I am her age mate, so I'm not insulting any person. We are age mates, we are discussing. I want to ask Naja'Atu Mohammed, She is the wife of Dr. Bala Mohammed, the intellectual, the social entrepreneur, the social revolutionary who died on July 10th, 1981 at the age of 37. I want to ask her, Madam, how did your husband die? Your husband was a special advisor to Uromi. Your husband was deleted, slashed, and his house set on fire, and he burnt inside the house. I heard you say it on television, on television, yes, when you were talking about Tinubu, how you went to London to consult with him. So, simple question, madam, and I want the commentators to please answer this question. Who buffed her husband? Who buffed her husband? Was it Southerners? Was it Christians? Was it Uromi people? No. Her husband was eliminated because of his criticism of the political elite in the north. It was Northerners that made her a widow. Sorry to say that. May the soul of that man rest in peace. Because I've seen reviews, memorial lectures held in honor of him, a great intellectual. Who deleted your husband? Was it Southerners? Was it Southerners doing business in the north? No, madam. It was your own bloodthirsty people who cannot tolerate dissent, who have been fed a web of lies over the years that deleted him. Question number 2, madam. Every reasonable Southerner, every reasonable Edo State blogger, every reasonable leader from the Christian community, forget the other people, I won't mention their names, that have spoken concerning this issue, they have condemned the jungle justice. The governor of Edo State humbled himself enough to go visit the families of the bereaved. I want to ask a simple question. Madam, how many times have you spoken up against the molestation of women, inserting sticks into their genitalia in a harmful in Ebonyi State? How many times have you spoken about that? How many times have you spoken against the killings in Edo State before now? How many times, madam? How many times have you spoken against Fulani herdsmen that destroy farmlands in the south, that kidnap people, that rape women? Madam, how many times have you spoken about that? Those who come to equity must come with clean hands. I don't know if it's Lord Denning that said it. Lalong, Dalong, Solomon Dalong. I want to ask a simple question. Communities in Plateau State, communities in Benue State have been wiped out by headers who are changing the names of the community. Mr. Solomon Dalong, you were once a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so you've been in governance before. How many times have you spoken up against the decimation of the Birom people, of the Lantang people, of the Gwari people? How many times have you spoken up against such evil perpetuated in your region? How many times? Now, I want to ask Solomon Dalong, I hope I'm pronouncing the name well, about 60 people were recently eliminated in Boko's local government area. Do you know why? I made a phone call to my contacts in the north, and they called people in Bokos. The people in Bokos said there was a time Fulani headsmen, I want to emphasize that word, Fulani headsmen invaded their community, massacred people. As they were running away, the security vigilante pursued them and an ID card fell. The ID card was picked by the people, given to the police, and I must commend the police. They started picking these people one after the other. And the Fulanis, because of the arrogance that somebody like Naja'Atu Mohammed is displaying, were displaying arrogance as if other citizens in this country are second-class citizens compared to your perspective of your so-called illusional and delusional North. They felt that these people in the Christian community in Bokos were second-class citizens, animals less than their cows, and they came for reprisal. And I must warn the Edo State governor, don't be naive. You look too simplistic. Don't be naive. You have banned vigilante. Your people will suffer. They will come. They will come. They will come for your people. It might take long. They will definitely come. And they started shooting randomly. From the phone call I received, it is alleged that more than 60 people have been massacred by Fulani headsmen from the northern part of Nigeria that Naja'Atu Mohammed is saying as if it is the Vatican City. You were describing the north as if it is Vatican City. The question I want to ask again, are you people doing these press conferences because of Bola Tinubu? I am not a fan of Bola Tinubu, but he is the de facto president of this country as at now. And if he's a southerner, Buhari served his 8 years. When Buhari contested the election, I think in 2015 or whatever, or 19, and he lost, when he said baboon and the monkey will see blood, National Youth Corps members from the South were killed with the riot and the whatever his statements instigated. Did we from the South, did any person from the South call for war? Did you condemn that, madam? Dalong, did you condemn that? Those of you who sat down there, did you condemn that? I want to ask a question. Who brought Fulani headsmen to Nigeria during the reign of Goodluck Jonathan? It was you people. It was your people. Did you say anything? Did you say anything? Who is Boko Haram that has been decimating the north? When students were kidnapped, what's her name? Kidnapped. Did you join the women to protest about bring back our girls? When students from Baptist school were kidnapped, madam, what did you say? Did you say anything? I want to know, maybe I'm ignorant. What did you do? What did you say? What did you say? They keep mentioning Deborah, and you people keep fidgeting. Have you read in the Quran where Mohammed was insulted, peace be unto his name, and he said that they should allow those people who insult them, that they should not respond to them? Have you read that in your Quran? And then Deborah, have you provided the evidence of his insulting the prophet? You don't have. If it's a WhatsApp group, the chats should be there. Did you say anything? Why are you so hypocritical, madam? Now, let me talk about your hypocrisy, madam. Buhari was there for 8 years. Every top position in terms of security was occupied by northerners, predominantly Muslims. Did you complain about insecurity and that Buhari's government was inept? What Tinubu is battling with, let's be fair, even if Peter Obi happened to have been the president, he will have faced the same challenges, even worse off because he's an Igbo man. Let's be fair. Who were the sponsors of Boko Haram? Or who are the sponsors? There are some of them in this government. There were some of them in Buhari's government. Madam, there is an allegation against a minister from the north in this present administration that bandits and terrorists were living in government house. He has not resigned to defend himself and for him to be investigated. Madam, who is the National Security Advisor? He is Nuhu Ribadu. He is a northerner. So if there is insecurity, hold your people responsible for the past 8 years and this present dispensation. Madam, I was very happy to note that you said that it is the vote from the north that put Tinubu into office. So, drink the pepper soup you cooked. Is it because that those people who, madam, let's be reasonable. Is it because that the people who were killed were northerners killed in Edo State? Let's reverse the case. Assuming Edo State indigents were killed in the north, would you have come out and be vibrating? If you will not have come out and you have never come out, then you are a hypocrite. And then you are just grandstanding and gaslighting to gain relevance. I want to ask other questions. Now, let's talk about your question that Southerners, there are times I question the kind of education you people receive. I really question. You know, the schemas that you people have in your brains negate the education you receive. I know one professor of medicine that schooled in the University of Ibadan. He goes up north, becomes somebody. He talks like somebody who never went to the University of Ibadan, who never schooled. I lived in the East, so I can't talk anyhow about the East. I schooled in the West, so I can't talk anyhow about the West. I went to school with people from the North at Federal Government College, Warri, and at University of Ibadan. So I talk with respect and reason. Madam, you said that Southerners do businesses in the North and they make money from Northerners. Why must you be very divisive and toxic, madam? You are very toxic. Very toxic. Let me tell you, do you know how much cows, goats, rams, carrots, cabbages, guinea fowl eggs, guinea fowls that we buy from the north, tomatoes, yams? Do we call it exploitation or milking us from the north? Why must you be so lopsided in your thinking? Do you know your people here from your so-called north, that are employed here? Do you know how many communities your people reside in here? Just behind me here, there's a whole market, the Ogo market, that is occupied by your people. Nobody talks to them. Beside the Catholic Church, I just called the man I buy Forex from, buy wristwatches from. He's been there for years. I think he's married to an Uromi woman. I asked him, why all this trouble? We've been living together. He said it's the leaders. He's an Hausa man. He said it's the leaders. I know one of them there from Sokoto State. His village has been devastated by your people, by those you support. So why do you talk as if you are not schooled? Now, if Southerners are doing businesses in the north, do they carry guns? Do they carry guns? No, I was very offended. I found it difficult to listen to the tape, but I listened to the ranting, like a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Who is an idiot? Somebody whose head is blocked. No matter how educated the person is, the person can't reason outside the schema, the blocked brain. We do businesses in the north. Do we stay in bushes? Do we destroy people's crops? Do they rape women? Do they kill people? Why can't you be reasonable for once? You so-called, if you are the people who represent the north, shame on you. Big shame on you that you talk unreasonably. Now, you say they are hunters. Madam, what are hunters? Why did they stab one of the... No, let's break this thing down, man. Let's remove the skirt. Let's strip naked and dance. Why did the Fulani, the hunter, not Fulani now, the hunter, why did he stab a vigilante that was searching their vehicle? You think somebody from Uromi will go to the north, then Hishba, that is arresting people for eating, during Ramadan. Hishba, arresting people during Ramadan for eating or selling food. Assuming an Igbo man stabs Hishba man, madam, your brain will catch fire. They will finish all the Igbos. Assuming a Yoruba man stabs, an Urobo man stabs Hishba. What are you talking about? Hishba will go to somebody's warehouse and break bottles of beer. Break. But they want to collect VAT from the same beer. Assuming the man gets angry and uses a bottle to stab Hishba. Hishba will go to a hotel and meet a man and a woman having consensual sexual relationship and arrest them, assuming the man gets angry. Why the hypocrisy? Why treat another part of this country as if they are inferior to you? Madam, you should be arrested for cyberbullying, for bullying the South. You should be arrested for making statements that can lead to a breach of the peace. You are supposed to be a mother. Your children will not go to war. Your children might not be in this country. And you are stoking the fires, the embers of war in this country. So there are no animals in the north to hunt. They saw millions of naira with them. Nobody's talking about a retired general security advisor who was talking on television from Edo State. They saw bundles of millions of naira with them. Has hunting become such a lucrative profession to be bringing money? I dare to say that we suspect that money is from kidnapping. In as much as we condemn jungle justice, we should also condemn kidnapping. Now, Naja'Atu Naja'Atu Mohammed. There were killings in Owo. Went into a church, shot people. There were killings of people from Kogi State in Ondo State power line, including my friend's brother from Okene. Did you say anything? Dalong, did you say anything? No. You are hypocrites. You are tribalists. Now, I want to look at some issues. Aha! Madam, what did you say about Wadume, the kidnapper, because of whom some policemen were killed? What do you have to say about that? Wadume went back to his community. He was celebrated as a hero. Madam, what do you have to say about that? Is he an Igbo man? Is he an Uromi man? Is he an Ijaw man? Madam, who kidnapped General Siga from Katsina State was released after 40-something days in the bush. Was it Uromi people? No, it's the same bandits from your area that you are defending. Who kidnapped traditional rulers in the north, and some of them died in captivity. Some of them even after ransom has been paid. Assuming a traditional ruler was kidnapped by Igbos in the north, what will you do? Or kidnapped by Yoruba people? The whole Yoruba people will be wiped out by people like you. Now, I want to say, it's Maitasine from Maitasine during Jeremiah Oseni's time, and the other military rule. Maitasine, are they from the south? Boko Haram, are they from the south? Lakarawu, are they from the south? Ishba, Iswap, are they from the south? No, they are northerners. So why do you think that you can just sit down, tie one rag around your head and start vibrating and talking to us as if we are your houseboys? We are not. That era has gone. And let me tell you, why is Nnamdi Kanu still in prison if you are advocating that you will break away from Nigeria, that the union, you were quoting John Locke's philosophy, and you don't reason like them. Now, Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOP people arose because of the insecurity. Your people, when I mean your people, the headsmen and those you are defending, the so-called hunters, brought to the east. And the eastern governors were docile, timid. And then when state actors fail, non-state actors take over. When civil justice is not present, jungle justice will step in. And so they came up to defend their mothers, defend their fathers, defend their households. And then agitated, just as you are agitating now. That's why Nnamdi Kanu is still in prison. That was why Igboho's house was invaded. I am not a secessionist. I believe that this country can still function, but we must follow the federalist policy. And my suggestion of this unitary system of government will not work, but we can still be one country, like as is in Spain, I think Switzerland and some places. Now, why is Nnamdi Kanu still in prison if what you are saying is what led him into prison? Either you join him in prison or Nnamdi Kanu is set free. Who told you that the north is even more populated than the south? Madam, I dare you, let us do a census that will allow people to travel. The last census, I know your tricks, The last census, people were not allowed to travel to their places of origin, which was a good policy because if you pay taxes there and you benefit from the state and you do business there, you should be counted there to, to get the right statistics for proper planning. If your children go to school there, you should be counted there. I understand the philosophy, but madam, I dare you, let Yorubas, Igbos, Midwesterners travel from the north during census. I've been to some of those places. You travel long distances, you won't see a reasonable town. Let them leave Kano, you will see the reduction in population. Let them leave Zaria, let them leave Bochi town, let them leave Sokoto town. Let's do a population census where we will tick religion. The last one, we didn't tick religion. All these your numeric fantasy figures will disappear. Will disappear. At least from the number of votes cast, you will see that those figures are inflated. Let me also tell you, if you don't know, you must have a geographical spread before you can become a president. Two-thirds majority, you must have a majority. You must have two-thirds majority in two-thirds of the states. Do you think if Rivers State, Lagos State, and some of these big states in the south do not vote for a northern candidate, you think he can win? He cannot win. So stop talking as if you are not schooled. Stop talking as if you don't know the constitution. This video is getting too long. I will say one more thing and I'm done. That population, let them remove people's faces, remove burqa from the faces of the women so that we don't count one person two times. During election, you bring children to come and vote. Let's remove children from voting, whether you will have that large number. Let's remove rigging. Who are you trying to deceive? We're just tolerating each other in this country, and we must tolerate each other to remain in this marriage. Don't talk to us as if we're your houseboys. Arewa Republic. Madam, you are deceiving yourself. A lot of people from the middle belt, they didn't send that man with red cap there. A lot of the people from the middle belt are tired of your oppression. They won't join you to form Arewa Republic. And remember, madam, you are from a minority tribe. You are not Hausa, you are not Fulani. You are a minority tribe. And you know how you people suffer there. Let me tell you, has division helped any country? Look at Sudan, divided into two. The North still having problems. South Sudan still having problems. Germany was divided into two. They decided to unite. Yugoslavia broke up to Kosovo, Albania, Montenegro, Serbia. I don't know the other one. Do you know the human cost? Do you know how Muslims suffer there? Do you know the destruction? Do you know? Just talk, we'll break away. Ta! People don't know anything about breakaway. Madam, break away. Whose port will you use? Lagos port, Port Harcourt port, Warri port, Calabar port. Do you know what pains you will go through as a landlocked country? Do you know you will be one of the poorest nations on earth with the bad statistics and bad management of your leaders, wicked management of your leaders? Capture the wealth of the North and keep the people perpetually poor. And those are the people you are saying you are pressing down. Don't press them down. Let them arise. You see what will happen. That 1967 is over. Madam, you are cyberbullying us. You are threatening us in the South. And we will not take it. And you Southern governors, you are too mumushous. 19 Northern governors met quickly. Why didn't 16 or 17 of you quickly meet? Since to talk about Fulani headsmen, you're always struggling to be vice presidents and to fight each other here. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 19th and on the 20th of April. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. We have properties for sale. God bless Nigeria.